Okay, so another piece of interesting news that has emerged as of late involves Elder Scrolls 6, and it's not necessarily fortunate news. And the reason I say that is because it's been swirling around on the web that Elder Scrolls 6 is a long way from being completed. And the thing is, I believe the game was first announced back in 2018 at the E3 event that year, and honestly, nothing really came much of it. We didn't get any, gameplay footage or gameplay screenshots or anything like that. And as far as Elder Scrolls 6 being, far from its completion, that's something that was revealed by Phil Spencer, and that guy's like the chief of Microsoft's gaming division. So this is something that was revealed when we learned about the issue between the Federal Trade Commission and Microsoft, because they were seeking an injunction to block the company's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. And honestly, I don't know. That's a bit disappointing because a lot of people were really looking forward to Elder Scrolls 6, especially considering how popular and how big Elder Scrolls 5 was. I believe in one of my more recent videos, I talked about Elder Scrolls v Skyrim and the fact that it reached a huge milestone and it sold like over 60 million units worldwide. And that game was released back in 2011. And honestly, like looking back at it now, like a lot of stuff that came out of 2011 was just awesome in general. That's probably one of the better years of the teen decade. So I feel like um I feel like as an RPG, Elder Scrolls 6 is definitely going to end up being one of the most anticipated video games of the 2020s decade. And don't get me wrong, I definitely feel like this game is going to be released before the decade's over. I can't necessarily give you an educated guess on like what year it's going to come out, and I believe they're aiming to get it out um, somewhere within the time frame of like 5 years from now. So we're in 2023, so we probably should expect this game until like around 2018 or 2019 or something like that. And I'm still not exactly sure what game systems this is going to be on, because you look at Elder Scrolls V, it was on the PlayStation 3, and it was on the Xbox 360 when it first came out, and then eventually it was ported to just about every game system because it was that popular. And honestly, even if Elder Scrolls 6 was like, close to being completed, um I feel like Elder Scrolls 5 is going to be a game that's going to be tough to surpass, because I don't know, just everything about it was just amazing. Like from its overall look, presentation, the side quest, the story, the customization options, the battle system, just about everything about Elder Scrolls 5 was damn near perfect. And Elder Scrolls 6, I feel it's gonna be a challenge to try and make this particular game like better than Elder Scrolls 5 in terms of quality. And the question would be, what exactly is going to change from this game in comparison to the last game other than the visuals? And I believe that's something that Bethesda doesn't even have an answer for just yet either. And I feel like this game is definitely going to be one that we're probably going to hear more about as time goes by. But I don't think it'd be a good idea for it to be exclusive to any game system, because um, if it's because like the reason why Elder Scrolls 5 was really popular is because it was multi-platform. You limit that to one game system. Not going to say it's not going to do a good number in terms of sales, but at the same time, it will probably turn people off to wanting to buy it, because if this ends up being like a Xbox exclusive, or being like it's exclusive for the Xbox Series X, I doubt that people are gonna switch from the PS5 to the Xbox Series X to like solely for that game or what have you. So um we do know that both Sony and Microsoft are in the process of making acquisitions because the console war is starting to be more competitive, and it now seem like both corporations are playing dibs. But like I do feel that like as time goes by, like both corporations are going to be adamant about not allowing cross play on their platforms, because even though like Sony owns Bungie and Microsoft has Activision Blizzard, it's set up right now where I think for the next few years or so, like Halo games could be played on, I guess, on Xbox Series X consoles and stuff like that. But as time go by, that's going to stop. And honestly, a lot of people are wondering that if Bethesda is owned by Microsoft and what have you, like how is that going to affect the overall sales and the overall success of Elder Scrolls 6 once it's released? I still feel like it's going to be a big deal and it's going to get a ton of mainstream attention once the first official gameplay trailer comes out. But at this point, I feel like the worst thing that could happen is that the game gets scrapped altogether, due to the fact that they just feel that they won't be able to make anything that's going to be on the same level or caliber of that in relation to Soul Calibur 5.